Namaste, beautiful yogis. I wanted to come on here with a little tour of our orchard, and I want to discuss or show you some of the projects we envision for this place. So we came across this property when we were looking for a place to move to, and I really wanted fruit trees and some mature fruit trees because, as you know, fruit trees take forever to grow. So once we walked into this property, we kind of were enamored and we went for it. It was 4 times bigger than what we wanted, maybe 3 times bigger. And I'm shooting here in front of or by our orange grove. We have quite a bit of navel oranges. The property is organic, so our first project is to convert the property to permaculture. And so bring in mulch, bring in supporting plants. It is working pretty well, the soil is pretty good, but I want to enhance it in permaculture ways, which obviously I've never done before, so it will be a learning challenge for me. Now here you see olive trees. We have quite a bit of olive trees all throughout the property. Now this area there, it's quite big. It starts there and it goes down. It's a different type of orange, summer orange. So that's a whole other section. I'll take you to the avocado section a little later. We have a few avocado sections, but I want to show you the kind of virgin projects we have. So this is one of our virgin projects. We have all in all 3 besides the permaculture conversion. Here we have quite a bit of new plantings. Citrus like pomelo, mandarin, and we have peaches. We've bought a lot of guavas, zapotes. I want to bring black zapote, some more tropical varieties. Our climate is 10B Mediterranean, but with some smart pre-planning we can grow some subtropical varieties, some tropical. I don't know if I'll try for tropical because I don't want to baby things. So this is one of our ideas here in this area. We want to convert it into a tropical area with a permaculture pool, a little pool in this area, and under this big oak tree there is natural frost and scorching sun protection. So we feel that we can grow some mangoes, bananas, and some shade-loving trees. Guavas maybe again, different, more tropical variety guavas. I have Mexican and tropical, but I'll bring more. Maybe some, definitely papayas. I want to bring papayas. So I will take you to the avocado project and to the vineyard project. So here you saw in the beginning of the video, this was Johnny's project. The squirrels really like the budding fruit before it's even developed. So last year, before we realized what's going on, they ate all of this in this budding stage that's not usable for us. So he had to do a lot of squirrel protection, squirrel proofing. All right. So this is another area, mini project, Johnny's project really. We want to make organic bamboo charcoal, and we are letting this bamboo get a little bigger so that...
And also tea.
And bamboo tea and some other things with bamboo. So that is also quite exciting. I'm not weaving baskets yet, but you know.
We're quickly moving in that direction.
So this is a mini section of younger avocado trees, and this is a lot of olive leaf mulch that we have some help. We have a once a week gardener that helps a lot because this is a little too big for 2 people.
He's also kind of the master of this property. He set this property up.
He planted
all the irrigation.
most of the trees.
He's been on this land for 10 years.
And the original owner was Greek, So there is a lot of Greek touch here.
Yeah.
So these are the other oranges that I will ship from them too when they're ripe. They are going probably to have 2 more months on the trees. I've been shipping the navels. These are sweet oranges, some summer variety that is just as good, but a different season, which is great because I have oranges for about 8 months out of the year. There is a painful 3 to 4 months with very little citrus, and I really feel it. All right, so this used to be a goat pen with a lot of goat feeders and goat areas. We are not looking to bring animals just because our lifestyle doesn't allow it, but we are thinking because it's enclosed and down, it's surrounded by a little hill on each side. It's really protected, so we are thinking this is going to be our nursery for plants and trees, starting up new trees. That would be ideal here, we think. So that's another mini project. We have so many, I'm kind of brushing over them, but probably our first will be rain collection and mulching as much as we can if we find organic mulch. Otherwise, our local mulch will be slower, of course. I'm planting a lot of permaculture plants like lemongrass, vetiver. We have acacia on the property. We have sumac. So there is a lot of supporting plants. I finally got 2 comfrey roots to take off, and there is a veggie garden which will be another project, and maybe for another video, just because it has so many varieties there that I'll make it into a separate video. But now I'll show you some of the avocados and some of the vineyard. So here we're at the sad side of one of our prized, most beautiful avocado trees. We had a really huge tropical windstorm, and one of our trees, surprisingly, fell over. Avocado trees don't mind growing sideways. We have a lot that grow sideways, so I have hope for it. It probably will have to be trimmed down. I am ordering trunk paint for trees for protection from sun and rodents, etc. There is a banana plant behind. I don't know if you can see it, but I think bananas are down the line because they're heavy. They need a lot of fertilizer. So once I have my Mexican sunflowers and other fertilizing plants, I'll bring in more of like banana type varieties. For now, I'm looking at guavas, papayas, macadamia, stuff like this. I want to show you the other section of the avocado. At the end, I have to show you our biggest projects, which is an abandoned part of the property with a ton of avocado trees that the only way we could potentially save them is by doing a lot of rain and catchment, because watering that big of an area, 6 acres, it's not
it's $2,000 to $3,000 a month, if not more.
It's not something that is even, it's not going to really be sustainable.
It's not viable.
Yeah. All right, we're at the we're converting we had so much rain, and we had a really old, you can actually show the trunks, really old vineyard here, but it was a wine vineyard, and I technically don't have use for wine grapes, so it is forcing us to turn it into a berry farm.
Well, they got a really deep fungus.
Yeah, possibly because of the rain, and it's at the bottom of the property, so it was wet. But we're putting, blackberries really thrive here. They're just effortless, and snails don't eat them, which is one of our big projects is snails. Surprisingly, they're one of the worst things we have on the farm. So this is a big row of blackberries and raspberries, about 10 varieties. I wanted to buy every variety that was at the store, and I'll propagate the varieties that are most resilient. Now this is dragon fruit row. This is going to be hopefully happening. They just got planted, and we also have a whole row in the back of dragon fruit. So those are mini projects along with the olives, because I want to make olive leaf extract and a lot of olive products. The rest of this is going to be blackberries, the rest of the vineyard blackberries, roses, lavender, And at the end, I want to get varieties that protect water from draining down the property. So deep-rooted varieties, vetiver, tagasaste. I've really been reading a lot on permaculture, and I'll dip into everything I'm reading, and I'll just, whatever works, I'll do it. If it doesn't work, I move forward with the possibilities. This is the garden section, which I'll do the garden section in a completely different video because I haven't planted. Right now everything is in seedling form, and it has a lot of pigweed, which I think is amaranth in it. So it has weeds, and the only thing that grows here is these beans, the perennial beans. No idea what they are, but they're pretty strong in summer. They're getting started again. And some celery in the back. So we have to get rid in some way with the weeds. Maybe I will bring a cloth. Not a lot of time for that, but we'll figure it out. I wasn't thinking to use it this year, but I will. So I changed my plans. Now this is where we ship avocados from, this big section. This section as well. Here we think we have about 2 to 3 varieties. Has the very priced classic California variety, which is a Mexican variety, Fuerte, and I've come to find out that everybody loves Fuerte. Fuerte avocados, they're strong, and I've been trying to identify them by the look of the trunk, the leaf. We have different leaves, different sizes avocados, and here it's almost functioning very well, but I will bring supporting plants. If I see comfrey growing everywhere here, I'll be happy. I have yarrow, nettles. I will try a variety of plants, and I want to get whatever sticks. Let's see the cherry moya.
There's even potential to put watermelon down below.
I'll do watermelon because let me show you this. I mean, it rained yesterday, but when you dig up, it's obviously under the mulch so wet, so wet. So it will be good for certain pumpkins, loofahs and such. I got heirloom varieties of watermelon, old African varieties, the kind of like the more original watermelons. And let's see, maybe they will like the climate here. If not, I'll continue experimenting until I get to a place where I feel like things are starting to work in symbiosis. That's my vision. Let's see the cherry moya tree. Oh, and so this is the cherry moya. We have one cherry moya tree, but I found out this year that it has to be hand pollinated. Male flowers have to be picked in the morning, rubbed on female flowers in the evening. So a little explicit, but you know, I'll be doing it off camera. I'm joking. So here we have the Palma Rosa. We have a really big lemon, and because we weren't doing any pruning, we were just arriving to the property, and it was flowering. The flowers, by the way, are pink. They're starting to happen. Like right there, you can zoom in on a pink flower. But 2 of the branches were so full that we're gonna have to cut them. But meanwhile, I'll juice the lemons on them. And it's an amazing lemon, but it grows huge. 1 lemon can be this size if you don't pick them. The zest is fantastic. If you receive it in the boxes that I'm sending, keep the zest. It's so good, and the peel is so neutral. It can be pickled. Now, for project by project, follow Mystika, because Johnny is shooting the individual projects. I kind of have the broad view, the broad vision, but that is a minimum of a 3 to 4 year plan, and we may change direction with certain things, and we'll see. Everything is very fluid and liquid, and we are just taking it one step at a time. Follow Mystika. It's called Mystika Ranch. I'll link it below. Johnny is sharing our projects more week by week. I think twice weekly.
No,
monthly.
every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Every 2 weeks.
Is an episode,
There's
and we're on episode 3 now.
Okay. And this is more kind of the broad vision. I want to show you the tropical area that I showed you in the beginning from a different perspective, and then I'll show you the many avocados, the 6 acres that are not watered now, just as a at the end. So let's go. We have a beautiful evergreen carpet here, which my phone identifies as bacopa. It's really big. Some ice plant, some bacopa. At the top, our pomegranate is flowering. We have a whole row of pomegranate and a single fig that actually had a lot of figs, as long as I protect it from the snails. The pomegranate needs some vermiculite, so worm castings. So that's another project for me to start a worm castings compost. So here you can get a good view without me taking you all the way up there. Coyote land we call it up there. And all these avocados are hanging on, okay, for not being watered above the garage, and it goes on for 6 acres. So it's quite huge, and I have some ideas to plant certain things that are drought tolerant, like saffron and other things up there. But if we can save a big portion of those trees, would be great, because it just sucks to see trees, alive trees that want to live, go. That's our, it's not that we're attached to the trees, but it's just they're alive and they want to live. So we're figuring out how to make it happen with rain catchment or well or something.
But you also have to think like a business person. It's funny because you can get really caught up in the creative endeavor, but you also have to think in terms of
sustainable.
Yeah, sustainable, and also what can yield like some kind of
sustainability.
Yeah,
to pay for itself at least, and lead into more.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of overwhelming over there. But you know, if we have some form of ideas up there, it will be great. This is a little mini section here. We are dividing them in little sections that we want to name so that we can discuss them by section. But this is a fig tree that is pretty productive, and that is the pomegranate section that I was showing you. Now we have 3 blueberries down here, but I feel like I'm having a snail issue with them, so I have to really help them. We've brought a lot more blueberry plants, but I don't think I'll be putting them here because those are not super productive. So maybe it's the snail issue, maybe it's the soil, I'm not sure. I'll try to condition the soil and put copper mesh around them. Now I want to show you the tropical.
But you forgot the cherry trees.
Oh, cherry trees. All right, you're seeing the most beautiful cherry tree. I tell them all they're the most beautiful. That's just how you talk to beings. They're always the best. But it's a fantastic cherry tree. They have to be in pairs, and we have another one all the way down past the goat pen. That one we bought a friend for, so that it can fruit as well. I'm not gonna take you in that section there because I think I've showed you the amount of projects we have. It's a little crazy, but let me show you that Johnny came up with this idea. This is where it can be the tropical area. You can get a better view from here, from the little bridge here. This area is so protected down there by the oak tree. We may cut a little portion of it, but also leave it as shade. And we're thinking a little bit of a perma pond, so raining catchment pond, and
the zip line for lotus.
no, we haven't discussed that yet. Here I feel like it can take a lot of, maybe papayas, for sure guavas. I know guavas can deal with a lot of conditions, but anything that is a little more frost sensitive. We're in 10B, but we do have frost. I don't think we had frost last year because my tomatoes never died, but that is, different years are different, so I have to really kind of dab into subtropical, and I'll stay clear from tropical probably trees. There is so much in the subtropical and Mediterranean trees, but subtropical, they grow pretty well here, and I feel I'll double down on that. Is there another section?
Yeah, you forgot the herb garden here.
Oh, the herb garden. All right, so Johnny wants to fill this whole area with raw mulch. I want to plant along geranium and lavender because they're drought tolerant and snail resistant. Snails are a big issue here, as I mentioned 3 times. This, Johnny wants to make it into a greenhouse because I don't have anywhere to put all my sprouts. I'm carrying them back and forth into the house. It's just part of moving forward into the...
Well, the structure's already here, so we can turn this easily. We just frame it out and turn it into...
polycarbonate
yeah.
here.
And then this will have a picket fence around it through to here, all mulch, maybe some raised brick beds with some more of those planters that have herbs in them. And then over against there, we're going to do what I think 4 compost bins.
Compost bins, raised bed. Oh,
and then
compost bins are going to be throughout the property because the fallen fruit should go in them.
Yeah.
Branches and fallen fruit. We have a lot of fallen fruit. And Johnny wants to build a mini house here, like a
lean-to, yeah.
Like a 1 room with an outside composting toilet and an outside shower, maybe.
Yeah, and solar. Yeah, so
kind of
it'll be like a little place to stay.
Independent of, like an independent little place.
And it'll be enclosed within a fence because there's coyotes along this line right here, and it's pretty dramatic in the evening because they come out like in droves howling. So it just you'll feel safer if you're in a little fenced-in area.
I think so. All right, we have 1 more area, I think, or 2. And all right, these are our new members of the family. This is a 3-in-1 cherry, so it is white, pink, and Bing, I think, or a black cherry. The pink cherry, I think, is called Tartarian cherry, which I thought interesting. That is a sapote. I really love sapote, so this was kind of for spoiling me. Strawberry guava. We'll probably get a lot of strawberry guavas because they're this is tropical guava. Maybe it will go in the tropical area. This is a 3-in-1 Asian pear. So it's 3 varieties of Asian pear. It's self-pollinating. And we have finger lime here and a lemon guava. Those little buckets here are, I transplanted them outside, my little Tagasasti trees. They grow a 10-meter deep root. Very drought tolerant and permaculture friendly and nitrogen fixing and soil erosion fixing. So I have 10 started and I'll probably plant 10 more and put them in areas where there is soil erosion. So hopefully they will be growing fast because they're fast growing and they reach, I think, 2 feet in a year. So hopefully they will be happening. Let's go to the next area. So if you have any suggestions, any knowledge about permaculture, any plants that you recommend highly, especially for Southern California or Tempe, Mediterranean climate, works really well, just feel free to really post them in the comments below because I'm in the mode of researching everything. Any advice is welcome. These are my seedlings.
Because we're without a greenhouse for now.
Yeah. They go inside at night. We have this spectacular section of aloe vera. We have more aloes that I have propagated, but these are real healthy and I have been putting them on my face very often. If you ever get puffy eye bags in the morning, aloe on the bags, let it dry out, and it's literally, it removes it better than anything I've ever seen in my life. Alright, here there is a few just different, they're called family trees. A family orchard, that is a persimmon that was absolutely spectacular for how little it is. The grapefruit tree is pretty epic. Up there is a lot of pine, avocado, past this gate. And here we have the most amazing apricot I've ever had in my life. Don't know the variety, but it was just ridiculous. There is one single pear and apple, again, probably the best pear I've ever had. This kind of goes for everything we taste here, and that was what sold us on the place. We tasted the oranges and we were like, oh, this land is good. It bears good fruit. More avocados here. I do pick from them, and I think their lamb has avocados here. They're on a different schedule from the other avocados. Lamb it's called. Alright, finally, this will be my drying room. We have to put electric and floor and walls in it. and that will be my tincture drying or drying room, and most likely shipping from here. This Johnny built it. It's a spiral herb garden. I have put some seeds in it, and I'm starting some seeds indoors because the nights here are in the 40s. It's quite the cold place. I never thought of Southern California being this cold, but the nights are really cold.
We're also at altitude.
And we're at
1,300 feet.
1,300 feet. This passion fruit has been a big struggle. I thought you just plant passion fruit and it grows, but this one gets eaten by the snails. So I brought some organic snail bait, and they stopped it for now, so hopefully it will be able to flower soon. And that's a blackberry that's really happening, and that's why I decided to do a lot of blackberries, because we hardly do anything for this blackberry, and it's doing really well. There is a strawberry patch that is just sparking up. This is the strawberry patch. Some of them are tiny mini white strawberries. They're quite resilient, so they're sparking up. I think they will fill in. If not,
It filled in last year, this whole area.
This is, I think, Santa Rosa plum, and it was again the most ridiculous plum I have ever had. So I'm looking forward to this plum. I'll show you my comfrey. Again, snails love everything I plant. They're just real excited about new plants. So this has been really good. Here the snails ate the little leaves, so as soon as I put this over, it's fine. So now it's able to grow, and I really want to propagate comfrey on the property. Also, comfrey was what fixed Johnny's broken toes. Johnny was chasing Lottie while we were in construction. We do this chasing around, running, and we had a filter in the middle of the kitchen, and Johnny's toes ran into the filter, and they were like, they were mispositioned, and probably the joint was broken. So we did comfrey, and they healed fast. So comfrey is also really healing for trees. So I really have this desire to start comfrey. I ordered some rootings on eBay. I placed them around without cones. Forgot where I placed them. It didn't rain, and I lost them because maybe it was too dry, maybe it wasn't the right season, because it was maybe in October. So these are from Honey Paw. I'll link her account below because I've shared her before a lot. Johnny's cousin. She does a lot of herbal medicine, and she grows her herbs, and she has been giving me a lot of seeds, rootings, cuttings,
a lot of advice
and encouragement, because sometimes I'm really I'm despairing about my green thumb. I feel like I can kill fish with water if it was a plant. So, you know, I'm not a farmer. My grandparents were farmers, but I don't necessarily have it easily coming to me. I have to learn it and be patient. So that's about it.
What about your herbal blends you want to make?
Herbs, understanding herbs, I really enjoy that. I will make a lot of tinctures, blends, steam herbs. So I'm looking forward to that because I have a lot of already present material here that is organic and just fantastic. And also I'm growing a lot of herbs. I'll show you the herbs another time because they're in a starter form. So I'll plant them, and maybe we'll do a garden and herbal garden video a few months down the line when they're happening. So this is for now. I'll put the links to Mystika, to Honey Paw herbs below, and I'm looking forward to sharing this journey with you. As you can see, it's very, very big. It's a lofty project, and we weren't necessarily looking for that big a project, but it came to us, so we're just moving with it, and kind of slow, of course, so that we don't gas out, we don't get exhausted. But anyways, thanks for being here with me on this journey, for being with me on my yoga journey, yoga teacher journey. It's been fantastic to share this whole experience with such a widespread audience, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.